This message comes from Jackson. Taxes aren't something you can only think about once a year. With investments, planning for tax day is year-round. Fortunately, Jackson offers tax-efficient products. Visit jackson.com for more information on how our products can make your tax bill a little bit less painful. Jackson is short for Jackson Financial Incorporated, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, Lansing, Michigan, and Jackson National Life Insurance Company of New York, Purchase, New York.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Hello, and welcome back to the Psych Legal Pop Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about popular culture through the lens of an attorney and a therapist. I'm Tess Brigham. I'm the therapist.
And I'm Brooke Brigham. I'm the attorney.
And we are back today with our Sister Wives Rewind. We're actually going to be covering Season 9, Episodes 11 and 12. So Episode 11, A Boy or a Girl, ? And Episode 12, Meri Catfished. Next week is the premiere of season 20. So we just could not leave on this cliffhanger.
Yes.
of Meri, God knows what is going to happen now with Meri and the catfishing.
We have to
10 years later
this season. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Plus it's it's a two-parter because both episodes take place in Alaska.
Yes.
It's a family trip to Alaska.
Yes. Yeah. So gosh,
they're
exciting.
Packing for Alaska.
Yeah, they're going to Alaska. Hunter can't go because he's at the Air Force Academy. And it's very exciting because Michelle, Logan's girlfriend, and Caleb, Maddie's boyfriend, are also coming. Now, Kody is beyond excited. Caleb is coming.
I know.
He's so excited for Caleb.
When Kody looks at Caleb, he has this look on his face like he wants to just like laugh in glee, but he's trying to hold it together. And his smile just wants to burst open. And it's like, my God, I've never seen such a man crush.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
It's like a girl with her crush, like a teenager, or a preteen, and like, oh, he's here. I'm so excited he's here kind of thing. And like bursting with excitement.
Well, and when they were packing for Alaska, I thought it was interesting because Cody's standing over the bed and he's got like 20 of his dress shirts, so kind of spread out. And he's got 5 dress shirts in this hand and 2 in this hand. And he's sort of looking at them, just looking, like, which dress shirts do I take? And it's like, you're going to Alaska. Like, you don't need all these dress shirts. Maybe a couple of flannels, some T-shirts. I don't know. Like,
he was preparing for a lot of fancy dinners out or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And the packing just looked chaotic,
Oh, yeah. Well, as always.
Yeah.
I mean, Dayton's like, well, this kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. Probably because you just found out you got adopted and now your picture has been transposed with this man thing. And now you're like, oh, now we're leaving for Alaska.
Yeah. It's your new life, Dayton. Get used to it.
But hands down, the best was Savannah sitting alone making a list.
I know.
Did you see that? Making a list of things to pack. I'm like, there she is on her own, trying to figure it all out.
Yeah. Savannah in these episodes, she's kind of like turned into, she's growing up. Like she's, we're just seeing more of her. And we're also seeing that she is really like kind of begging for attention almost. Like, she's like trying to get, when they were in the woods, we'll get there, but when they were in the woods on that hike and they were talking to that Alaskan native, she was just grabbing onto Kody for dear life. Just because it was the only time Kody was still. He had to be still, and she could come up to him and she could wrap her arms around him and she was just like hugging him super tightly. I don't know why. I just kept noticing Savannah like trying to connect with people.
Oh, that makes me kind of sad now.
It is kind of sad.
But before we leave for Alaska, Kody and Robyn, they need to go to the ultrasound together. Did you notice that Robyn had one of those due in January shirts?
Oh, yes. The bedazzled due in January. It's like, what?
It's such a dumb thing to buy. Because the other thing is with maternity clothes, when you're buying it, you kind of half know, like, okay, I'm not going to put a lot of time and thought into this because, right? Like this is temporary. This is a temporary thing. But that is a commitment. You can't even pass that down to somebody.
No, who's going to want it or be able to
you
wear
have to
it?
find someone else who's due in January.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Well, can we go back a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they're talking about how this is the first time their kids have brought a significant other on a trip, Janelle starts talking about Maddie and Caleb and how they met. And she points out that when they first met, they sort of had a spark, but Janelle's talking in the third person, like she's talking for Caleb and saying, oh, she's way too young. She's 17. That's just way too young. I'm 10 years older than her. And it's like, okay, well, what is she now? 19? And you're 29? Is that? Yeah. That's better. That's okay. You're legal now.
Yeah, it's about being legal. I'm sorry, but this is how they talk about everything. They know the audience is going to have an issue with the fact that she was 17 and that he's 10 years older. And so they're covering their asses. They're covering his, they're covering Maddie's, they're covering all of it as a way. Listen, did something happen between the two of them before she turned 18? I don't know, but they know how it looks.
Right.
And they know they're already under scrutiny and they know that it's going to look weird. Not weird. Sorry, that's not the right word. They know people are going to raise an eyebrow about Maddie being so young and getting married to this older guy. It's their way of covering.
Yeah. And then also it was interesting that when they had all the older kids on the couch, Logan says this several times in these episodes, but he basically says, look, this is a family vacation. There's going to be drama. So we just have to accept that and, realize that Logan is very much like, I really felt like he's the leader of this family. And this is sort of like, he knows this is his last hurrah with this big group of people. He's not doing this again, Although I think they
goodbye.
I think they do it again though, because then I think they go after Maddie and Caleb get engaged. I think they then go to Hawaii. On that trip to Hawaii. So anyway, maybe it's not the last vacation, but I also thought it was interesting when Kody is in Robyn's bedroom, which it was weird. We saw all these bedrooms. We never see the bedrooms. And they had the car picture.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, yeah.
The Lexus, where they're leaning up against the Lexus, the photograph, but a blown up photograph by the doorway. And Garrison comes in. He's kind of, he and Kody are kind of clashing. They clash a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Just interesting. And later they talk more about Garrison and his personality. I just thought it was interesting, but anyway, I just kept picking up on all these. I'm looking for more subtle details and clues of things because we all know the big picture of these people, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the ultrasound.
Yes. Well, I love Kody. He's like, well, let me try to guess the gender. Let me look at this equipment. And he's looking and looking. He cannot figure it out. I'm sorry. He wouldn't admit that he couldn't figure out.
No, I have never looked at an ultrasound picture and been able to see anything. I'm like, well, where's the head? I mean, it doesn't look like anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think technology now, because I have clients who get these, like you can get 360 scan. I mean, it's crazy 4D, what you can get done now. And you can really see the baby. But back when we were having kids and back here, it wasn't so sophisticated.
No.
Though actually, this is what, 2015-ish? Right?
Well, they did have the close-up. They did have the close-up look on the face, but the body, and she's like pointing out, well, there, and it's like, what, where? The body doesn't look like
well,
anything.
And then also figuring out the like sex of the baby, I mean, that's a little bit more advanced. I don't know. Anywho, so next we know, they know the sex, but they're not going to tell us. And next thing we know, we're in Anchorage, Alaska. And then they have to drive 40 miles for this big rental house, which was really nice. This huge house that was rented for them. And I guess there's a lot of talk of Michelle and worried about Michelle. This is a lot. Michelle's like, I come from a very small family and this can be overwhelming and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of this like beating these dead horse kind of things. Like, Michelle's going to get overwhelmed. What's going to happen? Maddie and Caleb are serious. What's going to happen? Are we all going to interrogate Caleb? All of that. There was a lot of this.
I find the parents' obsession with Caleb.
Yes.
Not just Kody, but all of them. They're obsessed with him.
Obsession. And then also, well, are any of you getting to know Michelle?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe focus on her for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if it has to do with marriage and like how much people will let them in, because I get the sense that, Maddie is welcoming all of these adults and all these people into her relationship and into her life and their opinions. And I think Logan keeps it like really, I think he has a firm line. And I think he has said to his mom more than once, we're both going to grad school. This is not something we're discussing. And I think this is the difference between men and women, the male children, the female children, of like, how much are their boundaries respected? Because I think they do respect Logan's more than Maddie's. Even if Maddie put up a boundary now, I think they still wouldn't hear it.
Yeah, no, it's true. I know Logan told them, don't overwhelm her, don't bombard her. And he made a comment about how he has to kind of pay attention to when she starts to look like she feels overwhelmed. And then he removes her and says, okay, it's enough. Let's go on a walk or let's leave or whatever. Yeah. He's much more, he's much more boundaried than Maddie. I
was going to say something else about this,
although
but it escaped me.
I think she sort of likes the attention.
Maybe. I mean, they're two different people. They want different things. And listen, Maddie's remained on this show. Maddie's done a podcast. Like, I think she is more open to people focusing on her. Now I can remember what I was thinking about. I also think, and this would never be said out loud, but I think Kody feels some proprietary ownership in a way over Caleb because Caleb was married, he's the brother-in-law of my brother, of my, and I think Kody feels like he's my friend.
He was my friend first. I knew him first.
Like I knew him first.
Yeah.
You know him because of me. So therefore, and I think that's the other part of it too. Of why Kody feels like why the family feels more freedom to involve themselves in Maddie's relationship.
That's true.
Yeah. So then we have this kind of interesting scene with Saul, who I guess, got upset about something. And I guess he raised his hand, though I don't think he raised it in a fist. It feels like he just kind of raised it.
Well, he's kind of like punched the air, in Gwen's direction, I think. He wasn't even close to her.
Yeah.
But he was upset about it. And maybe he wasn't even upset. Maybe he just punched the air. And then Garrison really flipped out.
Yeah. Yeah. He got very upset. He felt like it was very, very disrespectful. And I kept looking at it like, well, yeah, I'm with you, because it didn't feel like something that was you need to overreact to. I was not there, but, and then, and rightfully so, the parents are like, you're not this is not your child. This is not your job.
But see, then the flip side of that is Kody's like, I'm the parent, let me do the parenting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, okay. So when it's parenting things you like,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know, disciplining or whatever, throwing your weight around, that's fine. But when it comes to like child care, caring for your children, tucking them in at night,
Mm-hmm.
cooking, cleaning for them, whatever, then we're fine letting someone else parent them.
Yeah.
Whether it be an older sibling or a nanny or whoever. But yeah, but Garrison seemed very angry because he says, well, we don't want to end up raising a narcissistic brat. And it just seemed really like I couldn't figure out why he was so angry.
I think he's already witnessing this dynamic between Robyn and Kody.
Mm-hmm.
We are reading Christine's book, and the farther I'm in the sections about Robyn and the family in that first couple of years, and how it really was noticeable that she was treated differently, and this is their child. And I think Saul probably was babied a lot more.
He is babied. You can see it.
And I think that he saw that that's how Robyn was. He's seeing now how this is how his dad is. And so I'm sure there's different layers of frustration of, wait a minute, this isn't following the unspoken rules of our family of how we raise people. Don't we raise kids to be independent and strong and stand up for themselves? And there's that. And then there's also, wait a second, I never got all this treatment. My mother didn't get all this kind of good treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he now getting all this treatment? And the other thing I thought was interesting was we do hear from Garrison, and he says, I was just trying to have a conversation about this. Dad just made me leave the conversation or kicked me out. I wanted to learn. And I was like, oh, this is something else. I also wonder if, and maybe Garrison, it comes across as a fight, but what Garrison's really trying to understand is, when would this behavior be okay and when wouldn't it be? I got the sense that he was trying to kind of figure out something because he was hurt that Kody kicked him out of the conversation.
Right.
I think he just felt like he just said goodbye. And as opposed to, let me sit down with you, son, and explain to you why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. Yeah,
he cut him off because Garrison was starting to point out, I think, like, hey, you parent Saul differently than you parented, other kids or other boys or whatever it is. And
yeah.
You're right.
Good point.
He's noticing the differences, and it hurts his feelings, and then he says something about, oh, dad's all wise and powerful. And then Janelle says, talking about Garrison, at least he's not losing his temper or putting people down. He's come a long way. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, did Garrison have like some,
I don't remember this
anger issues? Or
obviously we've seen that him and Gabe get into it, but like nothing that goes beyond two brothers who share a room or whatever, right?
No, I think she's talking about Garrison and Kody.
Maybe.
I don't think Garrison clashed with his brothers like that, just beyond normal, whatever. I think she's talking about losing his temper with Kody, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we saw a scene earlier. Garrison's willing to say the things that other people aren't willing to say. And I think that, one thing about Garrison is that, and this is why this comment really stuck with me of like, I want to learn. And I'm like this too, which is I want to try to understand what these dynamics are so I can understand what's happening here. And I think that for Garrison, he's a sensitive person. And I think that he also is someone who believes in fairness and in what is right and what is wrong. And I think for him, it was Robyn coming into the family was very confusing, not only in terms of how it changed the dynamic, but seeing these changes with his father. And I think that he, really, he was trying to push Kody in different ways. I think he was pushing Kody to kind of push his buttons. I think he was pushing him But also he was pushing him to notice these things. Like, Dad, I'm going to point some stuff out to you. Can you look at this? And also to notice me, notice this kid that's trying to understand it. But I think all Kody saw was, you're not obeying me, so I'm pushing you aside. And I think, right, I think this has been the ongoing dynamic of Garrison just wanting to be heard and acknowledged by Kody. So,
yeah.
Anywho.
True. Anyway, is this the day Caleb's coming?
No.
Oh, we still have it. Oh, they go out to breakfast.
They go out to breakfast, but then we see Kody saying, I haven't seen Caleb in 2 years.
They talk so much about Caleb, I can't tell. Like, is he coming today? Is today the day?
No. We're prepping for Caleb.
Okay.
Cody's getting all excited about I haven't seen him in like 2 years, and I think he's going to talk to me about Maddie and her hand in marriage. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, but first we all have to go to the grocery store together.
I thought this was fascinating. When you think about it, I'm like, how do these people survive?
I don't know. I don't know how they've survived up until now. I don't know how. I don't know. I think for the most part, they always did their shopping separately, even when they were all living in the same house. I do believe they all did their own shopping.
Oh, yeah.
Always. And I think that, yeah. And I don't know. I think maybe the producer said, you all need to go. We want you all to go.
Oh, yeah.
We rented you this huge house.
Right.
You all need to go. We're paying.
It was
for
definitely, it was set up that way. But I'm just like, they end up spending, this is for 8 days for 24 people.
Yeah, 576 meals.
So they ended up spending $2,900. And they were just buying simple things, hamburgers and hot dogs and eggs and, whatever, nothing fancy.
Well, did you see that Meri was grabbing the Fiji water?
Oh, was it Fiji water?
Fiji.
Notice.
And that's very expensive. I'm just saying. That's very expensive.
Well, Meri has expensive taste. And Kody was searching for almond or coconut milk.
Yes, because he needs alternative milks.
Right. He has special dietary needs, which we know he's gluten-free. And I guess he's maybe dairy-free.
Yeah.
That's a lot. He's a high maintenance person. Not that that's really high maintenance, but he has so many things. He has so many.
But it was like 10 to 12 fully stocked carts. I mean, I think it was smart of them to be like, okay, who's in charge of what? I mean, it could have been even more chaos, but they were like, okay, you're in charge of these meals. You're in charge of these meals. You do this. But it was one of those things where, I mean, you may be buying bread for one meal and then someone else is buying bread for breakfast. It's a little bit like, okay, better hope that you didn't duplicate. I don't know.
They divided it all up. They split up, like, one person, I can't remember who, Robyn was going to get the stuff for all the sandwiches, because they made sandwiches every day for lunch and took them wherever they were going. I don't know. I'm sure they ate all that food, to be honest with you. That's a lot of people. And also there were other people, like Mindy was there, Grandma Annie was there. I feel like there was more than 24 people. And then there was another person who probably one of Robyn's cousins or sisters, because Robyn can't go anywhere without a fleet of helpers.
Of help for her one child.
For her one, child who would possibly need,
care,
extra help with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was a lot of people. And again, Logan comments that before the drama starts, it's really nice in the morning. We can sit out on the deck and have a cup of coffee before all the drama starts. I mean, he's just like...
Yeah, he's figured this out. He knows how to go to his happy place.
Right. He knows how to boundary up. And in the morning, I'm getting up early. I'm going out on the deck. I'm going to have my coffee before the chaos starts, and then I'm going to disappear.
Can we go back to the cost of everything? And I don't know if things are more expensive in Alaska. I know things are more expensive in Hawaii because everything has to be flown in. I don't know if that's the same in Alaska if food is more expensive. But 3,000, I mean, that just seems like a lot. Like, how are you people affording to eat? Like $3,000
that's what I'm saying. How
for
are
an
these people
entire
surviving?
week. And you all, and I don't know if it's maybe this time around because the producers were paying for it. They were like, maybe Meri's like, I'm getting the Fuji water. I'm getting the Fiji water. Or I'm getting this. I'm getting the store brand. I'm not getting the store brand Cheerios. I'm getting the good stuff. That it could be that. But even still, even if it was like $2,000, that's a lot of money, you know, and for 4 families and not all of you are working. I'm just thinking about like my life and how much we spend on food. And we could not afford this. We could not afford $3,000 for, you know, I mean, it just
but you're
crazy.
3 people. Like,
no, I understand that. I understand the differences, but I'm just saying it blows my mind how irresponsible this is. I guess I keep coming back to this is a lot of money. Like you guys must spend so much on food that it just hit me of, you don't have enough money for this.
Right. Well, because $3,000 for 24 people for a week is not a lot, you know, because that's like, you know, 100 and something per person. I mean, and I know
that isn't that much.
When I go grocery shopping, I go to Trader Joe's and I spend around 100, 120. And that's all I buy for the week. So like I think $100 a week ish per person, not counting like going out to eat or that's pretty normal. And that's what happens when you have this many people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, I don't know how they feed everybody. How do you buy meat? How do you buy like all these eggs and milk and you know, that's why Christine was canning and growing food in the garden.
Well, and I also think that maybe they, you know, sandwiches were like peanut butter and jelly or right. Like this maybe was special that there was meat and cheese on each sandwich. I don't know. It just struck me how expensive all of this must be. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's also interesting when they were trying to guess how much it was going to cost. And Christine was the closest. She said 3,000. Robyn said 4,000. So that kind of makes you think, well, like, is Robyn used to buying more? I don't know. Kody and Janelle both said 2,500, which is, you know, Janelle, of course, on the low side. You know, Janelle's making it work for.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Janelle, even though they told her she could buy anything, she was like, no, this is the Cheerios we eat, and that's how it is, you know?
And Kody doesn't know. He doesn't go to the grocery store. Doesn't do any shopping for the family. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got no more time for this because next we need to pan for gold.
Yes. So they made, 24 sandwiches.
Yeah, that was the other thing too, was that like each sandwich is the same. You know, I guess it makes sense. You cannot let each kid make their own sandwich. It would be a nightmare. But
yeah.
I kind of thought maybe they'd have a little more control.
Maybe they just put out the basics and then the kids come along and put whatever condiments they want and wrap it up and that's their sandwich.
I don't know.
Yes. Robyn says she loves gold, so she can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what she thought. She was going to come back with a gold ring or something, but...
Psych Legal Pop, we'll be back after these messages.
This message comes from Jackson. Taxes aren't something you can only think about once a year. With investments, planning for tax day is year-round. Fortunately, Jackson offers tax-efficient products. Visit jackson.com for more information on how our products can make your tax bill a little bit less painful. Jackson is short for Jackson Financial Incorporated, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, Lansing, Michigan, and Jackson National Life Insurance Company of New York, Purchase, New York.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Christine, and they're talking about this place. It's kind of like this old-fashioned-y. It's like on a river, and I don't know if there's all these structures, cabins. And I don't think these are original buildings. I think this is something that they built for tourists. And Christine thinks that these are places where the actual gold miners, lived and settled there. And
it looked like a plural compound to her, because everything looks like a plural compound in her eyes.
Right. That's how she sees the world. So, and then Kody says something really nasty. He's like, he makes this, he takes his hands like shaped like a box. And he's like, her world is still very small. That's okay. Like really condescending.
Yeah. But I will say that these 2 episodes, I could see how Christine's annoying. She was very annoying during these, like talking about just the overacting for everything. I was like, okay, I can see how she's annoying now. Got it. I'm with you, Kody, on this.
Well, yeah, because right after he says that, she starts freaking out on the couch about, I got gold. And like, she's like flipping out, and Cody's just looking at her like, oh my God, like everyone's embarrassed for her. She's just, I don't know what she was on that day, but
I think she overcorrected. Do you know what I mean? I think she's at this point now in her life where she's seen sort of this dynamic with Kody and Robyn, and she's accepting that this is her life. And I think she's like, well, I'm just going to be as happy as I can be. I can just be as happy as I can be, and she kind of took it to the extreme. I don't know. So, but yeah, we see this whole thing with, everyone trying to get the gold. It seemed like a lot of goddamn work for whatever it is. But Savannah was really into it. Savannah was determined. And then Christine makes a comment about she loves watching Logan and Michelle, together. I was like, oh, Christine.
Because she's looking at a young couple in love, and she's like, God, I wish I could have ever experienced that.
Yes, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Garrison won the contest. Truly is very upset she did not get the most gold because she wanted that schwut. She wanted the schwut.
the t-shirt.
The shirt. The t-shirt. Yeah. But she's accepting it.
So now I believe, again, we go back to talking about Maddie and Caleb even more.
Because he's coming.
Like, he's coming the next day. It's like, this is a foregone conclusion, that they're just going to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like contrasting with Logan and Michelle, nobody is asking them like when you're going to get married. But I think a lot of it too, I think Maddie has told them,
yes, we
are going to get married. He's going to propose to me. He's going to talk to Dad. So, all of this, I guess they're trying to pretend like everyone doesn't already know the plan.
Well, but the other thing too is that Maddie agreed to talk about this on camera. So the producers are like, listen, we got to focus on this relationship. This is because I think Logan was like, I'm not going to introduce Michelle on camera, but like when we go on the trip, that's fine. I will talk about her. But I think that's the thing. I think the producers are like, well, this is the storyline that's there that we're going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. And Kody keeps talking about how he wants alone time with Caleb. I really want some alone time with Caleb. And, okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's, I guess, he's on his way. He's 10 minutes out and he calls and says, I'm 10 minutes away, just to warn everybody, And then Cody's mocking them, saying, oh, I love you. And that was very immature.
Well, wasn't it around this time that Janelle gets into that whole thing about the two of them, how people saw that they were talking and that they had chemistry? Around that time when Curtis died. And then isn't this when she had to jump in and explain that, when she was 17, nothing was going on? Wasn't it?
Well, that was in the very beginning.
Oh, that was in the beginning. Okay. Sorry.
That she explained that. But she probably had to explain it again, because they always have to, anytime there's any hint of, like, underage, whatever.
Yeah.
They have to clarify. They're like, oh, well, I don't know. The story kept changing. First, it was like they had like a instant chemistry. Then it was like, but then Maddie said, well, we didn't like each other at first.
Yeah.
And then they grew to like each other. I don't know what the truth is.
But again, it's I think they did have instant chemistry. I think that she's protecting him because you cannot admit I had chemistry with a 17-year-old.
Right.
So he can have chemistry with a 19-year-old, but not a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
But did you see? So Kody's making all these comments. Everyone's doing that. And so Maddie goes outside. And of course, who takes charge? Daddy Logan. And he says, be cool, everybody.
Yeah, simmer down.
Let them have some time together. Let her greet him. And then he will come in. It's like, thank God you're here.
I know. He holds this family together.
Yes.
Not even Kody could recognize that. And
yeah, Kody's like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Cody's all excited. He's ready to run outside and, pick up Caleb and give him a hug and twirl him around. Are you kidding me?
You think he was looking at Maddie all jealous? Like, oh, I wish that was me out there with Caleb.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He still is.
So, yeah. And then we got to learn about Caleb and Caleb's knowledge of polygamy and plural families and all this kind of stuff. And, I think obviously he knew about it. He says, I've known about it since I was 14. And it's like, okay. And, not how he wants to live, but who cares?
Yeah.
So
he's been around this family. He knows, like he's heard all about it, knows all about it. But, he's being very respectful and, yeah.
So this is when they then go to that Winter Creek Trail, the Iditarod
Trail.
And this is where they meet that guy. They meet an Eskimo named Mo. Are you talking about that? This is where Savannah's hugging Kody for dear life.
Well, I don't know. Is this the first trail that they went? Well, maybe it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is when I think they're hiking for a while and then they run into Mo and Mo's like, sees all these kids and says, are you Mormon? And they're all like, oh yeah, and then we see them having to go across this tram where you have to pull each other across. That did not seem like fun to me at all. That would seem very scary in that rickety little thing.
It did seem scary. And also, then you have the people on each side having to pull the rope to make it move. I don't know. That was a lot.
It seemed like a lot. That did not seem like a good time. But again, they all thought it was great.
Well, and Christine was trying to be fun Christine. And she was being a lot, and everyone kind of I felt was getting annoyed by her. But yeah, so we see Savannah hugging Kody for dear life while he's talking to Mo. Then we see Logan holding Savannah's hand and Logan leading the group to a lunch spot. And he says, oh, this is a good spot. Let's stop and have lunch. It's like, well, thanks, Daddy Logan. Meanwhile, Cody's like, do.
Oh, no. You know what Cody's doing? He's plotting the next move, which is, I've got to get alone with Caleb. I've got to get alone.
I need alone time.
I need alone time with Caleb. Oh, wait. He's over there eating with Maddie.
Maddie.
This, hands down, was, I think, the funniest scene ever. One of Cody's finest scenes is him cornering poor Caleb and Maddie. I mean, how long has Caleb even been there for? I mean, he's been in Alaska for like a few hours. He's finally eating a meal. They're sitting down. They're sitting on the ground trying to eat their goddamn sandwiches. And Caleb and Maddie are sitting next to each other on a log. And here comes Kody, separating himself from the pack to sit down. And instead of just saying like, hey, let's talk about this or that, he's like, I'm going to tell you about the time that I was courting Robyn. Of all the people, you can't even go to the time that you were courting Janelle. You know why? Because he didn't really court any of them.
No.
The only one he really actually courted in that way
was Robyn.
Well, maybe Meri. I would say Meri, but Robyn. Yeah. So, but he can't even remember Meri. So he's not even going to bring that up. And he tells him this whole story about how, and he's doing this voice of stepdaddy Paul of, he told me, no, she had a bad example. She had a bad, bad time, bad marriage, blah, blah, blah. So no flowers, no chocolates, his very deep voice, no hand holding, no kissing. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, Kody. No kissing. Until marriage? Because they kissed. We saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's just what stepdaddy Paul said. At that point, Kody had already kissed Robyn.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they were banging in that Lexus. I mean, I'm sorry.
He's like, I'm way ahead of you. I came here to, ask if I could marry her. And you're going backwards talking about, the courting rules.
Yeah. Oh, no. We're way past that.
Yeah. And Cody's whole explanation for this is he was trying to make Caleb feel comfortable.
Yeah. He was like, I'm establishing ground rules and trying to pave the way. So it's a little bit like, oh, if I don't sit down and show Caleb how I'm a bro, and I too have been through this process of courting a lady, that if I don't show him that I'm this bro, Caleb won't know what to do. He won't even know how to
He'll
even
be
handle any of
afraid
this.
to talk to me. I need to let him know that the door is open. I've laid down the red carpet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm approachable. I'm your friend, right. Caleb. I'm your friend.
And meanwhile, Maddie looks mortified. She keeps looking at him like, please stop. And he's just not picking it up. And Caleb looks a little afraid, kind of like, well, what does this mean? Is this positive or negative? I don't understand what's happening. The whole thing was so confusing. And then to have Kody explain it in a confessional, he's just so, what a brilliant idea, Kody.
Yeah.
You're so good at relationships.
Just because you have a lot of them doesn't mean that you're good at them. This is what I love. Like people who's been, it's just because you've been married 4 times doesn't mean that you're a good husband.
No.
It just means he got married 4 times. So I don't know. The other thing too is if you really take a step back and look at this from Caleb's point of view, Caleb did not sign up to be on a reality show. He, through, these circumstances ends up, meeting, falling in love with this girl. So now he's being told, like, listen, this is part of our family's life. You're going to have to come on this trip. He's there for 3 days, flying from Wyoming or Montana to Alaska and back in a 3-day period. So he's exhausted. He's jet lagged. And this is like he has been there 5 minutes. And now you have a camera on you, watching you and examining everything that you're doing. And this guy's sitting in front of you telling you this story. It's like, what the? I mean, the inability to have any kind of awareness of like, oh, what's Caleb experiencing right now?
Right.
Is beyond him.
I felt like we'd already established that, yes, Caleb was going to talk to Kody at some point on this trip. But instead of letting him just do that in his own way, Kody has to have the spotlight.
Now, did Kody say this in front of Maddie and Caleb, or did he say this in a confessional where he's like, I know the look of love. My little girl is smitten.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember if he said that to her face.
Was she right there? Because I remember, what was I saying? Okay. Yeah, I remember thinking a little bit of, I feel like I should have written this down, that if he said this in front of her. Because I remember thinking like, God, Kody, you're kind of, whatever vibe she's trying to go with this relationship right now, you're kind of blowing it up for her, right? Like we're at the, I understand that they want to get married, but we're still at the like, you need to be a little cool. You need to be, and then here's your dad going, oh, she's smitten. I can tell. It's like, dude, don't mess this up for me. Don't show all my cards.
Right.
Or don't speak for me, because you're putting, you don't know.
Yeah, I know. And I just thought of this. I bet you this is the first time a lot of these kids have even met Caleb.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the older kids were the only ones that went to the hospital.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he's ever met Robyn.
Yeah, well, Robyn acts like they're best friends.
Yeah.
But Robyn really pretends like she knows all.
And Aurora, of course.
I know. I should stop picking on that poor girl, but God damn it, she's just...
the headband she was wearing?
Yes, I'm like, this is not attractive. Yeah.
It was
Not
this
flattering.
ugly headband. It's like, where did you get that?
Yeah, these are hard years on Aurora. I mean, these tween, these are hard years for everybody. Like, these are sort of an awkward time. But but yeah, and then he says, I want Caleb to pick a time to talk to me, but not with all the kids and wives around. Then why are you sitting down in front of him now, you idiot? Do you know what I mean? It's just God. But now's not the time. I'm just laying the carpet out.
Yes.
So
meanwhile, back at the cabin,
we've got to announce if this is a boy or a girl.
Oh my gosh.
But they were going to wait for the last day, but they found out that Hunter, who, I mean, obviously has very limited phone time. And, he got some call from the producers that are like, you got to call into the show at some point. And he's like, okay, I can do it at this time. So Hunter says, I can call in. And so he calls in. And is this where Janelle gets very emotional every time she thinks about Hunter being away? And I mean, which I get and understand. But did you clock the way in which they were going to do the reveal and that Robyn had bought dolls? I was like, oh, interesting. Because we know she likes dolls and dollies. So I was like, oh, is this where the fetish started? Like here? Or was she already really into dolls? Yeah.
Well, and also, why did she need to have 2 dolls?
Because she wanted Saul and Truly, to open them, like the 2 youngest. I think their idea was, let's let the 2 youngest kids do it. But the problem is that I was confused because I was like, oh, are they only going to open up the one that's the proper, like the gender of the one? Or because now you just have two girl dolls. So
they could have both opened one doll. You didn't have to buy 2 dolls. They could have, Saul could barely open the one package. They had to coach him of how to open it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Saul could have been taken out of it and he would have been fine.
Yeah. He has no clue what's going on.
I mean, Truly knew what was happening. But again, I think this is Robyn. Like, if this was Janelle, she wouldn't buy a goddamn thing. But like, Robyn always has to spend the extra money. So yeah. And then ta-da, we find out it's a girl. Oh my God. Oh no.
Yes. And Hunter says, I just love my sister so much. He's just so sweet. I guess that boot camp kind of whipped him into shape. I mean, he's always been sweet. He's always been sweet, but like he's like, he's just older, more mature.
Yeah, more mature. Again, sweet. He was always sweet. He was sweet when he showed up in the middle of the night to see Solomon after he was born. He was just going through something at that moment in time. Like, God damn it. Can he be a teenager for 5 minutes? Like, so what? He didn't want to hug the baby right away. It's like,
well, as we see in the next scene, these people, they don't let you forget anything.
Oh no. Are you talking about the Tale of Two Maddies?
Yes.
Oh, I was
triggered by this. I was triggered.
I was triggered too. I was so pissed. It was Christine who brought it up. And we've talked about this before. And I try very hard because it's very easy as an adult to want to go back to that kid and be like, oh my God, when you did this, and this, when you were a baby, or you were like this, or you were like that. And it's I don't like it when my older relatives do it to me because they still see me as a kid. And it's annoying. It's this whole thing of like, let someone evolve.
Right.
And you are also sharing things about them that maybe they didn't really want to share. You're getting into their relationship and you're telling him things like, what is the point of telling Caleb the tale of two Maddies other than to embarrass Maddie? What would be the point?
Yeah, because they're basically telling him, at one point when Maddie was a teenager, she was, what did they call it? Was it sad Maddie? No.
Angry Maddie.
Angry Maddie.
Angry Maddie.
I mean, I don't think she wants her, future husband to be, to know this, whatever. Shocking. When I was a teenager, I went through an angry phase.
Yes, when my parents decided to rip us out
of my life,
to then first put cameras into our lives, then rip us out of our own lives and have us come here and all live in the same place, and then find out there's another kid with limited resources, finite resources. Yeah, maybe she was a little angry. And what pisses me off even more about this is, why is it the tale of two Maddies? There's no tale of two Hunters. Tale of two this, you know what I mean? Tale of two Paydens.
Right.
It's never the boys. It's never the boys, ever. But God forbid Maddie has an opinion and feeling. So let's make fun of her.
No, I thought it was rude. And,
yes.
And that they brought it up again and then they showed clips of it.
Yes.
It was really like, God, let her age with some dignity. Yeah. I mean, what if we all walked around reminding each other, or what if, I mean, reminding each other of some stupid thing we did or said when we were in junior high or high school or whenever. It's like, that's just rude. It's cruel to do that, because people evolve and kids are kids for a reason. They're learning how to live in the world and growing. And I mean, this really bothered me. And then they were showing all the clips of it. And I think Christine even said that it was meant to embarrass her. And they played this thing at her high school graduation party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meant to embarrass her. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
So did you, this is Robyn, where she talks about how she's watching Caleb's every move. And so I think this is one of the things I will say, whether this makes Robyn smart or diabolical, I don't know. But I do think that Robyn is an observer. And I think that she watches things, and I think she figures out the dynamics of things. And then I think I think this is how she's been able to kind of position herself in this family the way that she did, is that she watched. She saw the dynamics. She watched what was going to work or not. So she's a watcher. But I mean, her watching Caleb's every move. And what do you think? If you didn't like him, that Maddie was going to say, oh no, I can't possibly marry him. Kody is creaming in his pants right now. I'm dead serious. I mean, I hate to be gross.
Change his mind.
But that is the truth of what's happening. Let's not get it twisted here. Okay. So you can't stop this.
No, Robyn's just trying to act like she's important. Like her opinion about Caleb means anything. It really doesn't.
No.
Yeah, Maddie's going to get married to this guy regardless. It doesn't matter what you think of him.
Yeah.
So Maddie says that it was last summer. So I guess when she finally turned 18, maybe.
Yes.
The both of them went on four-wheelers up in the mountains, and that's when they caught feelings for each other.
Yes. So I think that they talked on the phone. I think they were flirty. I think they were fun. But I think he basically was like, we are not seeing each other until you're 18. And I think
or at least being physical. Yeah. We're going to be physical with each other till we're 18. Because Maddie went to, remember she went off to college that first year. I don't know what month her birthday is. But I kind of feel like by the time she went to school, she must have been 18 or just turning 18. And so she was on her own, like he could come visit her or vice versa. You know what I mean? So I think that's when it started, is when she went away to school. And I remember there was an episode, I don't know what season it was, obviously before this, where the family, they're driving to Nauvoo or something, and they're driving through Utah, and they stop and they visit in southern Utah, and they visit Maddie in her dorm apartment thing. And she had like a bouquet of roses on the table or the counter, and everyone's like, oh, what is this? Who's this from? And she's just kind of like, don't worry about it. I bet they were from Caleb.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, they wrap up this episode by talking about how, Maddie most likely is going to move to Montana, that Logan and Leon are both thinking about going to grad school, and that this could be their last summer, their last vacation together.
Yeah, I think
little do they know it's probably not. Yeah.
No. Yeah, because they do end up going to Hawaii.
Yes. All right. Hello, everyone. So this is the end of the part 1 of a 2-part episode. So just the other episodes should be right there, ready for you to download.
This message comes from Jackson. Taxes aren't something you can only think about once a year. With investments, planning for tax day is year-round. Fortunately, Jackson offers tax-efficient products. Visit jackson.com for more information on how our products can make your tax bill a little bit less painful. Jackson is short for Jackson Financial Incorporated, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, Lansing, Michigan, and Jackson National Life Insurance Company of New York, Purchase, New York.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey guys, welcome to Giggly Squad.
A place where we make fun of everything, but most importantly, ourselves.
I'm Paige DeSorbo.
I'm Hannah Berner.
Welcome to the squad.
Giggly Squad started on Summer House when we were giggling during an inappropriate time.
But of course, we can't be managed.
So we decided to start this podcast to continue giggling.
We will make fun of pop culture news,
we're watching,
fashion trends, pep talks where we give advice,
mental health moments,
and games and guests.
Listen to Giggly Squad on Acast or wherever you get your podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.